Sorry, Lee, I've just realised my clap to get the recording started was a bit terrible though, but hello regardless. It's episode 18 of season 2 of Fab Life with Lauren and Lee. Welcome one, welcome all. If you haven't listened before, where the hell have you been? Basically, me and Lee chat shit for about 40 to 45 minutes once a week and keep you entertained on your drive, your walk to work, your run, your sleep, whatever you want. We're here for you. How are you, Lee?
Wow, what a lovely monologue.
Thanks, I try.
How are you, Lee? I'm very well, although I'm slightly conscious because just as before we were recording, you said, "Oh, you'll show off your lovely sunburn." I didn't quite realise I had sunburn until you pointed it out to me unprompted. But I am a little bit red. If you're watching on the YouTube, I'm a little bit red. Yes.
You're fine.
Oh my god, it's just reminded me because when I touched my hand there, you see I've got a birthmark. Got a little birthmark.
And it
there.
always goes a bit brighter, doesn't it, in the sun?
Well, it does in the sun, yeah. Well, no, it doesn't go brighter in the sun. It goes brighter in the winter because in the cold. Sorry,
right?
Because
Yeah.
of the blood
I knew it was
vessels,
one of the seasons.
Yes. And anyway, so I went to bingo on Saturday with my grandma.
Oh my
How
god!
funny.
I meant to text you about that because I saw it on your Insta and it's so wholesome and lovely, and I was a bit jealous. I was like, "That's where I want to be."
Really?
Yeah, just hanging out with you and your grandma.
You would have seen a lot of lookalikes there, Lauren. We know you dressed as a granny.
a lot of people with like my jacket on. Like, bitch, where's she got that from?
Yeah, I was walking around going, "Oh, Lauren's got that top. Oh, Lauren's got that." No. But my grandma, and this is definitely not a thing, and I didn't. But she was sat there and she goes, "Ooh, what's that on your arm?" And I was like, "It's my birthmark, Grandma." She went, "Well, I've never seen that before." And I was thinking, I think you have.
And it's since I was born. Yeah, clues in the name, Grandma.
And she was going, do you know, I have never seen that. Does it go all the way? It's all the way up your arm, isn't it? And I was going, but I just didn't want to go, well, you'll have definitely seen it. Because obviously I didn't want to deny her truth. But I was like, you've seen it. Come on.
Oh my God.
Almost 32 years. I'm sure you have had opportunity to see this birthmark, which I used to tell people was a map of the world.
It does look like a country.
So yeah. Does it? Which one?
I don't know. I'm not really good at geography.
Caribbean, different islands.
Yeah, many islands. That's it. Great. The Virgin Isles.
Oh. Not so much anymore. Dirty.
He's ever so dirty. So, welcome to episode 18.
The Slag Isles.
The Tart Islands. Anywho, that's where we're recording from tonight. So tell us about your weekend, Lee, because I saw you went to a gig on a Monday. Was it a Monday night? Just for reference, we are recording on the summer solstice, I do believe, today. Did you know that?
Oh.
Yeah, so it's the longest day of the year
I
today.
saw someone post about it. Oh, it's the longest day of the year. Right, okay. It feels like the longest day of the year. I'm very hungover, which I know is becoming a little bit of a weekly thing whenever I'm, recording this. Actually, do you know what? You should be proud of me. I woke up with a terrible hangover and I thought, I can't do the gym today. And then later on, I thought, you know what? Go to the gym.
And it'll make you feel better.
And I pushed myself. Yeah, and I did I didn't do an intense workout, but I pushed myself and I did kind of mmini one, and I thought, at least then I've done something, you know?
Yeah, it's better than nothing. It shows that you're in the swing of that workout. I had a gig last night. That you're addicted to going
I feel good
a little
for
bit.
it. I feel good for it. I'm getting a bit, I can see changes in my body. I can feel I'm getting a bit tighter. My arms are starting to get a little bit
so glad you said
bigger.
Arms. Yeah.
Well, I did text him and I was like, because I was talking to my trainer, I was like, basically I want nice arms, a nice bum and a nice chest. That's all I want.
Yeah.
That's all I want. What would your 3 things be, actually?
You're not asking for much.
Mine's bum, chest and arms. What's yours, Lauren?
What would mine be?
Tell the family.
Tell the
Fab
group.
Lifers.
Tell the Fab Lifers. Mine would be arms, actually, because recently I've got a bit of a chubby arm where I always used to have really slim arms. I mean, you can have whatever arms you like, but yeah, I'd love to have like really toned arms. I've got quite like, my stomach would go naturally flat if I lose weight anyway because of the figure I have, so I won't waste that wish, even though that's always up there, isn't it, for most people who want a flat stomach. But yeah, good bum.
I love that. I won't waste that wish because, you know, I can do that, you know. Let's not waste that. But for some people, I'm sure that would be their wish. I don't need it. I do not need that as a wish.
Because my genetics.
So let's not waste it.
Yeah, my genes are so strong.
We need a wanker jingle. We need like
we do.
Wanker alert and dick alert.
It would just be going
it
off.
would ring a lot for me.
And me.
Yeah,
It'd be going off left, right, and
episode.
centre. I commented the other day on the Fab Life post, and I was like, because obviously YouTube watchers, hi. I've got a new iMac, so it's like my screen is actually like not a blur, and I would just commented saying, "I look so great in 720p."
I know.
It's made all the difference.
You
I have to
me
put
to
actual
shame.
makeup on.
I was thinking that because I never do. Like, obviously, I look haggard, but I was thinking, oh gosh, she has to put makeup on now. It's a right trek for her. Whereas before we'd just slop out in our pajamas and whatever, and just now we actually have to kind of, you know,
Make
look
an
like
effort.
we're making an effort.
I know. I remember one week I didn't put any like eye makeup on, and I was like I could really tell. Wasn't good. Was not good. My last wish.
I actually want to give. Think of your last wish.
My last wish would just be legs, because I've got an ever so hefty leg, and that's the genes as well.
Yeah. I was gonna say legs, but then I didn't want to do that thing where like I say. Although, let me tell you this story. It was so funny once. So when we were at university, Salford Uni, performing arts. I know you thought it was sports science. It's not. It's performing arts.
I thought it was RE actually.
Oh God, RE. I used to get so
Imagine.
bored at RE.
So
I mean,
dull,
no
innit?
offense to anyone who's religious, but you may as well read bloody fables, in my opinion. Anyway,
I don't think we have many religious followers, to be fair. So.
Oh yeah, you don't get those stats on Buzzsprout. I wish they told you that.
Religious
How many
denomination.
devout Christians? Yeah, I don't think they're probably watching me for a start.
No.
They don't look at your yellow and pink hair and think, "Ooh, this is going to be some wholesome religious story."
Defo.
So we did this piece, like we had to devise this piece about beauty and whatever. And we did a thing where we did like voiceovers of our insecurities.
Oh my
So
God.
like it's such stage school shit, and it was like we were in all black and we had these masks and we were like, and I came up with a line, "Beauty is in the eye of the remolder," because it was about plastic surgery as well. And I was like, what a great line, we need to put that in. So we were going like, beauty, 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 like all that shit. Anyway, we played these insecurities, and one of my friends said something about like she wanted a different waist or something and blah blah blah, and then another of my friends said something about her hair or whatever. And a tutor, Mark, he's called Mark Bishop, and he's an absolute stoner. Like, he was a really good tutor, but he was like proper, like, he wore a hoodie all the time, like you'd never see him in a suit or anything. And he was just like, yeah. Anyway, he sees them a couple of weeks after this performance, and he stops them in the corridor, and he's like, "I very much enjoyed that performance, you know, and talking about your insecurities." And he goes like, "You, Jess, you know, with your spots and your face, and you know, clearing up all the kind of acne on your face and stuff." And Jess was like, and then he goes to Poppy, "And you with your big thighs, like, you know, your insecurities, and the fact that you could talk about that." Anyway, he walks off. They hadn't mentioned that.
That hadn't been
in the monologue.
Oh my God.
And she was like, they were like, and Poppy was going, and they told me I was crying because like Poppy was like, "I've always been all right with my legs, and my thighs massive." I was like, oh my God, he's just like tried to, you with your massive thighs, like,
Oh my
well
God,
done.
Poppy's
well done for
got
talking
really
about
nice
it.
legs.
Yeah,
know,
to be
Poppy.
honest, it might not have been that way round. It was
But
Poppy
yeah.
and Jessica, but they said stuff about, it's just so funny. Why did I start talking about that? Oh yeah, your final wish or whatever.
Oh yeah, legs, where you don't want to
Random
wish
comment.
something on someone.
Legs, that was it. Yeah.
It was the legs
Oh yeah, I
face, it
didn't
was
want to
the
say, oh, legs, and if you're like, no, I'm fine with my legs, actually. I would like to give us a few shout outs, actually. We did some shout outs last week to people over on YouTube, actually, because
oh my God, yes.
we always get such lovely comments on YouTube. And so Gabrielle, hi to Gabrielle, who says she's got a story about Jude Law, but she can't tell us, like, in public.
Gosh.
So I might seek out Gabrielle and see if she can tell me.
Yeah.
345 Berry always listens to the podcast.
Yeah.
Or watches the podcast over on YouTube. Michelle Nye, thank you, Michelle. Kaz, Tony, and Laura. I'm going to give them all shout outs now.
Oh,
So that's
nice.
shout out done. Thank you.
Lovely.
We're
I
done.
do
Let's
try and
start
go
talking.
on YouTube now, and I give them a bit of a like, but I don't have like my own channel. But you can log in through your Gmail, can't you? So you can just still do a little
Yes, you
thumbs
can,
up
you
and
can.
stuff. So I do keep an eye out. Thanks, gang, for watching over there as well and watching our stupid faces do this.
So I had a gig last night, and it was a free bar, and it was a cocktail bar. So I
where was it?
very
'Cause it looked
much
fab.
enjoyed that.
I was very impressed with the way it
was-
looked on your Instagram.
It was Scunthorpe, the glamour.
Maybe that's why I was shook.
I was going to say, there's no easy way to say this. Scunthorpe. No, it was great because it was just down the road, and it was for a promoter that I've worked with a few times. And do you know what was really nice as well? Like, there was some acts there that I hadn't seen for ages. And actually, one thing about me gigging again is I'm seeing loads of people that I haven't seen for a long time, and it's so nice to just gig with them and see them and whatever. But yeah, there were cocktails, really nice cocktails. So I was having like a margarita, and then in between, I had a margarita to start with, and I thought I'll have a glass of wine to take on stage. And so I was going like from cocktails to wine, back to cocktails.
Shit.
So it kind of messed, and I'd eaten quite early that night. Anyway, so I did get quite drunk. Oh, then I ended the night on Baileys. I had like a Baileys nightcap.
Oh, just for like a
I don't
dessert.
think was necessary.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, well, it's always nice, isn't it? Oh, do you not like a Baileys?
I don't like it, do I? Yeah, and you love one. Oh God, no, disgusting.
You do have. I think it's something. If we were not talking about wishes of changing, people's looks, but I think I get disappointed that you don't like wine, for example.
Yeah.
I think. I just want you to like it. I think you have some odd dislikes when it comes to alcohol. Lauren.
Yeah,
For
I
someone
do.
who is so seasoned in drinking,
I know.
you are quite picky with alcohol, aren't
Yeah,
you?
I get by without wine and Baileys though, so that's all right, isn't it? Yeah, I have. I've got some weird dislikes. I've got some weird rules when it comes to booze.
Do you ever like take a sip of wine to see if you now like it? Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
just like
mind.
daily.
Just checking. Just checking.
I end up having a glass every day. Just check. I still don't like it.
It's like vinegar. Yeah, I've even done wine tasting and taste like really posh shit, and I can't cope with it.
Yeah,
I was recently at a wedding.
Prosecco.
I love Prosecco, yeah. That fizzy, like, drier stuff and champagne. But I was recently at a wedding and the drinks were quite expensive. And the wine come round with the dinner and not everyone was drinking on our table. And I was like, I might just have to drink this to, like, keep on a level. And I took a sip and I couldn't do it. But actually the favours, the men got little mini bottles of gins. Everyone just gave me their gins and they had the wine. So it was fine. It was all fine in the end. Just drank gin instead.
Yeah, no, it's always something. But I guess Baileys, some people don't like Baileys, but I love Baileys as a little nightcap. And it's odd to drink Baileys, I guess, in heat as well, because it's very much a Christmas thing. But I think it's coming around to be a yearly thing.
I think it is. And they've just come out with an Eton Mess one for summer. Did you know that? We should get We should get a sponsor because we talk about it a lot. I keep seeing all these bakers and they've got sponsored and they're making desserts with it. I'm like, what about us, kid? I'd give it a whirl.
Yeah, hey, guys, we're right over here. Why wouldn't you sponsor this thrilling chat?
Absolutely thrilling. So you ended up getting absolutely slaughtered then because you mixed your drinks on a Monday night.
Well, they did like a little bit of a mini lock-in. So
Love
we
it.
stayed after the gig and was drinking and whatever. But yeah, on a Monday night, like
Was
terrible,
it busy on a
really.
Monday night?
Well, it's quite a small little venue, but it felt busy. It was about 55 packed in, so it was nice. It was a nice
That's
little
lovely.
venue. Yeah, and yeah, it was just a lovely little cocktail bar. So that was that. Then I'm in Manchester this week, Newton Le Willows, going
Home, like near
near
my
your-
hometown. Yeah, it's such a nice bar.
Yeah.
We ended up there in that. There is a little reel on our Insta of us drinking espresso martinis and tequila shots because we thought that was a good idea when we were already all drunk. And it's in that bar that you're doing the gig, so you've already been there, but you just won't remember it. What a great thing.
Yeah, she texted me, the promoter texted me saying, it's something above this bar, and I wanted to go, hey, you don't have to tell me where it is, darling. I've sat there many weeks ago and got absolutely smashed on tequila and espresso martini.
I'll do a
which
little
I won't
shout
be doing
out.
on Thursday. I'm going to be good.
Be good.
And then, Lauren, guess what? I'm going to London, and guess how I'm getting to London? Because of the bloody train
Are
strikes.
you coming
which
down
I'm
on
all
like the
for,
megabus?
But it's not, well, thankfully not the megabus, it's the National Express, which I hear is quite nice, but it's 5.5 hours.
I was going to say, from you, that's really long. What are you doing in London? Have you got a gig or something?
I've got a gig on the Saturday night. I'm a 3-gig man this time, this week, darling. I'm busy. It's
Where's
picking
your
up,
gig?
baby girls. It's picking up. It's actually in a private little hotel. So it's
Oh my
a
God, I
place
love
called
it.
Birch. Yeah, and it's kind of like slightly north of London. But
It's a community. Oh my
got-
God, I've wanted to go there for so long.
Yeah.
You get a lot of female business owners go there for like retreats and like meetings and stuff and like to network.
Oh,
It'll
you
be
know
amazing.
It?
Yeah, I
tell
know
me
it.
about it.
Well, actually, weirdly,
Oh, great.
someone I know through the Dolly Sticks market scene, and he does like CBD cocktails, and they're like delicious. And he was out the weekend, and I was like, "How was it?" Because I wanted to go for so long. And he was like, "Oh, it was really good. They had like a mini private festival for like the clients, and he was just there serving up like CBD drinks with like prosecco in and stuff." I was like, "Oh, great!" And lots of other like bakery like entrepreneurs have been there for like days out, and yeah, it's kind of like Soho House, but like
Amazing.
not, I guess, like more worky
Yeah.
related, I think.
Well, I'm doing a gig called the Comedy House Party, which is like an alternative act night. So there's like musical like acts. I've looked, and I think I'll be the least alternative.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I think I'll be almost mainstream.
So mainstream.
But guys.
Hey, watch out.
So I'm doing that on Saturday, so that's really fun. And then a week on Saturday, I'm seeing Adele. Ooh.
Where at? She's doing the O2?
Hyde Park.
Oh, of
No,
course.
she's doing Hyde Park.
British Summertime. Oh my gosh. I remember you got the tickets. Well, I've actually, not quite as exciting. Rosh, friend of the pod, she gets shouted out like maybe every episode now because she just makes us laugh on the weekly. She's got us tickets to watch Alanis Morissette on the 29th.
Do you know what? I would like to see her. She's one of them that I probably wouldn't buy a ticket myself, but if someone said, "Oh, do you want to come with me to see Alanis Morissette?" I'd be like, yeah. Yes, I would.
She won a competition. So I need to dig out some kind of bucket hat, and I'm contemplating like, putting 2 plaits like down the front, because that's what she had, didn't she? She like the plaits. And we can be like different characters in the car, in Ironic when she's all the characters in the same car.
I don't really know any of those references, but I'm sure if I did,
Sure.
I would have laughed a lot.
I'll send you a video link.
I can't remember the last time I watched the video of Ironic. If I
treat
hear
yourself.
one more fucking person say, "But it's not ironic, is it? She
Oh,
got
I
it wrong,"
know.
I'll just give her a friggin' break. It's like when people say, one of my big bugbears, one of my big bugbears in life is when people say, "Oh, never let go, Jack, never let go. She'll never let go." And then she did.
And then she
let
lets go.
And then and there was room on that door for both of them on that plank of wood. And I'm like, It's fucking dramatic license. Let go. She means let go of
In
him
her
in
heart.
her heart. He was freezing to death. It's so annoying. And also, that would be just a great ending to such a momentous film. Like, I'll never let go, Jack, hoisting him up onto the door, and then they said, shut it, big
And we've
gob.
already seen
Shut
the granny.
it."
We've already seen the granny by herself.
The Grinch.
We know she's alone. We know the granny's alone. We already know that, guys.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be a surprise to you.
So, like, but the same with ironic. Like, it's not ironic. It's like, it is. Just leave her to it. You know, don't ruin it.
You still like the song?
Who has 10,000 spoons? Like, who has ever been around 10,000 spoons?
And what are you cutting
Surely.
that you can't just use the spoon to, like, just, you know, unless it's a steak. Like, what are you cutting that really desperately needs a knife? Hey.
Yeah.
Talking of rants, just going to go off on one myself now. Hey.
Just checking if I got a black fly in my Chardonnay. it's lemonade.
It's actually just lemonade. I'm hungover. Yeah, fucking hell, Lee. You know, in the Panny Day, when you were just really over the whole, what was the phrase that you hated? It was like...
current climate.
The current climate, unprecedented times, all that jazz.
Unprecedented times, current climate, what else? Those were the two
Now more than
unprecedented
ever.
times we're living in.
Now more than ever.
Now more than ever. Yeah.
That's a classic. I think that's still going, to be fair, now more than ever. Because the new one, which I hear every single day, and not just on the news, by people, like I overhear them saying it, the cost of living crisis.
What, so this is a new saying?
Yeah, cost of living crisis.
With
the cost of living crisis, and I'm like, oh my God, are you on the news? Seriously, people need to stop saying it. It's like, well, how are you dealing with the cost of living crisis? I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm not thinking about it. I'm just baking cookies and trying to stay afloat. Like, I'm not looking at my energy bill and comparing it to last week and going, I mean, some people probably are, and that's really tragic, but like, I'm oblivious because I'm an idiot. But like, you need to stop asking me, a 33-year-old woman, about the cost of living crisis.
Yeah, well, also, it's not just that. It's more like, it's one of those sentences that newsreaders just say, like, we're in the middle of a cost of living crisis.
Yeah.
As if
unprecedented times.
It's and it's so like, all right, just come on, like, I don't know. It's one of them things where it's, when people say it, like, you know, and we're in the middle of a cost of living crisis, and it's like, as if we all should go, as if we've all been prepared.
Yeah.
And we're like, so we all know that this is the cost of living crisis. It's like, how to, you know, I know what you mean. I hate those kind of...
And you kind of feel like it's been talked
sayings.
about, like, so much that you're, like, looking for differences. So much so that you're like, should I have noticed something different? Like, and I'm sure it'll come back as bite us in the ass, because, honestly, Morrison's flour, 65p. It's a terrible as a baker. But then you have these twonks, right? Oh, God, I'm just carrying on here. Lozalog, strap yourself in. But I did a pop-up last week, a corporate pop-up. So this guy, they've got loads of money, right? They work in this company. And he bought an XL cookie, which is my cheapest item, for £3, homemade. It's a big bastard of a cookie, right? And he goes, oh, so it's £3 for it. He's like, oh, it's quite pricey, isn't it? And I was just like, well, fuck off then. Like, go to Morrison's.
Shove your fucking cookie up your ass.
Do you know what I mean? You're like, cost of living crisis. You earn loads of money. You could have gone next door to Tesco and bought 4 for £1 and they would have tasted like shit. So, like, and also, I should be putting my prices up because flour's gone up. The basic ingredients have gone up. So you can just shove it up your ass. Honestly, I'd rather not have served him. Because I was just like, you're a twat. Oh God! Honestly.
Oh God! You should have done that thing where you gone. Oh, are you struggling? I'll tell you what. Then you can have it for free if you're struggling. Because he wouldn't have wanted to admit that he was struggling.
Yeah, because he isn't.
But
He's
I
just
think
being
that's
a
more
twat.
that thing. Yeah, that's more that thing where people just don't realise the work that goes into things like baking cookies. They just
people
think
are oblivious to
it
small
just
businesses.
exists.
Yeah, exactly. I might just reply with, well, cost of living crisis. I might just reply with that next time.
But you, the thing is, you won't notice it that much, I was going to say on your previous point, but it will, so for people who some people will notice it massively because they're on the breadline or whatever.
Yeah,
and
yeah, of
they will
course.
really like be affected by it. Well, people probably like us won't massively notice it, but it will just slowly become almost like insidiously infiltrate things where things just creep up without you really noticing.
Yeah.
Like, I think my mum and dad could go to a shop, for example, and be like, bloody hell, the butter's gone up. The butter's
Well,
gone
it
up by
has.
20p. I could not tell you how much butter is. I wouldn't look at a
Yeah.
label of butter and think how much is it. Or, well, I would, but I wouldn't remember it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's like
yeah.
things like that will slowly creep up. And like flour, you know, what is it now? 65p. What was it before?
It was 40p. It was 35p, like in the Panny D.
15p?
Yeah, but
That's a lot for it to go
Sainsbury's
up.
have price matched it to Aldi actually, so it's really sad because I think the thing is I was always kind of thinking like this anyway to get the best price point for my thing. I already knew where to shop for everything to get it the cheapest. Do you know what I mean? So like basic stuff like flour
Yeah, but
and
the
butter.
thing is, I used to hate that because for me, someone will go like, well, they'll drive, like there's a Tesco next door to them, but they'll drive all the way to Asda
Oh God,
to save
yeah, no, I
a
hate
little bit
that.
of money
I
on something.
definitely don't do
And
that.
I'm always like, hold on, yeah, like you're just wasting time.
You're wasting your own energy, yeah.
during a cost of living crisis.
Hey, cost of living crisis.
Odd,
Weird.
yeah. Maybe I need to be better with money though. Maybe this is why the guy was rich, Lauren, because he hasn't gone through life, you know, not haggling down cookies.
Yeah.
Poor Lauren, you know, he's going up to independent business owners like yourself, and he's haggling them down. Don't do it. Don't let the bastard grind you down, Lauren.
I won't. The only one time someone tried to haggle me down, I just said no. And it was this northern woman, and I was like, I just can't. I said, I'm sorry, I can't go any lower. I was like, that's already a bargain. And I was like, it takes a long time, you know, like I use really good chocolate, like proper Belgian chocolate, and like proper, like they're my own recipes, like blah, blah, blah. And she just went, no, you're right. She was like, no, I'll just pay for it. Full price, of course I will. Because I just was like honest with her. I just like, I can't go any lower. Yeah. Like, I'd rather you not buy it. Like, I'm losing money.
Honestly, I could not. I could
do that. Oh,
not
I know.
Physically utter the words, will you knock 50p off that cookie? I just couldn't do it. I was out the other week and we were on the South Bank, and it was like we went up the stairs, and I'd never seen it before on the South Bank, but there was like, if you go up some steps, there's like a little kind of courtyardy bit with a little bar, and you can sit and like overlook the Thames.
Oh, right,
lovely. And so, all right, lovely, yeah, check it out. And
check it out, guys. South Bank. New
so I went up to the bar, and I was getting an Aperol spritz, and there was a Scottish lady ordering, and she said, "Could I get how much is a large glass of wine or something?" And the bar lady said something like it was £11 for a large or something, and the Scottish woman went like this. She went, she like pretended to faint.
Oh, classic.
And she was like, oh. And so I was like looking at her, and she went, oh, £11. And like the bar woman was just like, oh, here we go. Like, poor woman,
seen it
like,
every
she doesn't
day,
set the prices, does it? She's seen it every day, tourist central. So I like felt weirdly compelled to stick up for the prices of the bar. And the woman said, if you get a bottle, it's something like £25 for the bottle. Oh, and then she was like, oh. And she was like, £25 for the bottle. Oh, God. And she was looking at me, she's going, that shocked me. That's, aye, laddie, that shocked me. I was like, oh,
was she Scouse?
You've travelled for a Scot. Aye, laddie. So
she got her bagpipes out.
So yeah. I could smell what's it called? I forgot what it's called. Haggis.
Just had some in a bag.
I went to say porridge. So I went, get the bottle, and she went, yeah. I was like, just get the bottle. And then she goes, I can't believe how expensive it is. And I was going, well, that's quite cheap for some London places. And she was going, no. And I was going, £25 for a bottle of wine. You've done well there for getting that for £25. You've done well. And like, it was like, I don't know. I just felt like, stop having a go. Like, accept it. Like, and just get on with it. But I could not bring myself to say, and you wouldn't do it with a bar, would you? You wouldn't go into a bar
you don't go
and say, how much is a beer? I'll give you £3 for it instead of £3.50.
Yeah, exactly.
How's about that? They'd be like, no.
You don't go into
wine
Tesco.
For baked goods.
Yeah, it's so weird. There's like you don't go to Tesco and say, oh, this loaf's a bit dear, love. Do you want to knock some 20p off it? It's so weird. But yeah.
Well, I used to work at Tesco when people would say,
they do.
They'd pick up something and they'd go, this is going out of date today. Are you gonna knock that down? And I'd say, they do the reductions around 4 p.m. It will be reduced then. Can you not just knock it down now? Well, I can't because I'm not on the reductions scanner. I used to refuse to do that.
The swarm of flies around you, though, when you're doing it. I've been in Morrison's at that time. Honestly, you are. The rats following you. And they're like, oh, what's that? And they're like picking up like pasta salads and then chucking them back down. Oh, it's disgusting.
Oh, yeah, they do that. They go...
like literally hovering
and
over
they
the man.
look through it all, and I think, oh, Jesus Christ, you've saved 4 fucking p on your rocket salad. Piss off, Sandra. No, I don't know why you use Sandra, not your mother. So sorry.
Freddie always uses Sandra as well. It's like when he's doing like a generic story. I think it's one of them names, isn't it? It just works really well.
It's a name, yeah. It's like Sandra or Sheila or...
Karen.
Karen I don't really use anymore because Karen's more like...
got its own thing, hasn't it?
Listen, we were meant to talk today about holidays, but we have rabbited on for 31 minutes so far. There's no point starting it but let's just get our rants out of the way. Oh, I tell you what I was going to ask you, actually. It's not necessarily a rant, but it was... I was thinking about... I saw someone tweet the other day about giving people the ick, and I was thinking,
oh my God,
what's
I
our
love the
ick?
Oh, the ick.
Because I was on a date
Go
not
on,
long
tell us
ago.
yours. I love these.
Yeah, and I was a bit hungover, and I ordered a Bloody Mary, and it was actually like a few days after I'd done that gig, and you'd made me that Bloody Mary, and I was like, this is like now my hangover cure. Anyway,
it was so good.
So I was like drinking the Bloody Mary, and look at her like. So good, that one. So good.
It was. I just like could taste it all of a sudden.
You're getting euphoric recall.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so I'm on this date with the first guy I've ever, not ever met, but first time I've met him. And the first man who's ever chosen to date me. And I ate a bit of the celery, and he went, oh, that's just giving me the ick. And I went, what has? He went, you biting into that celery. Oh, I've got the ick. He kept telling me he's got the ick. So I was like pissing myself, and I was almost like, you know what I'm like? I was doing it more. I was going, I was like fucking Bugs Bunny eating a carrot. I was going, to the celery, because I was thinking, I'll give you the fucking ick in a minute, mate. But it made me think, and basically he hates celery. He hates like the stringy bits from celery. So, I think it was more that.
It was more the celery than you were eating your garnish kind of thing.
Yeah. But I wondered what our icks are. I'm trying to think of mine. I don't know if I have
so
one.
good, the icks. I was telling Freddie that he should write a short film about like someone just getting the ick
just called
constantly.
The Ick.
Yeah, and I was giving him like loads of scenarios. It was really good. But I remember I dated this guy once, and like when he was going to bed, he'd like... This is going to be better for like people on YouTube.
I'm laughing already.
He'd like really snuggle into his pillow like that, like he was a baby. And I was like, you could feel like something moving, and I was like, what's he doing? Like, and I realised he was going like, he was getting himself like snuggled in.
Oh, like he was snuggling. He was
like snuggling his face on the thing like a little cat. And I was like, what are you doing? And when I figured out what it was, I was like, no, that's just, I can't cope with that. That's put me right off. Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Do you know what? That's funny because I think I'd find that quite cute, but I think a lot of women would look at a man doing such a vulnerable thing and probably be like, oh, like, I don't know why. I think it's definitely probably a sexist thing deep down.
Yeah, probably.
But like, because, you know, he's snug. Oh God, I can just imagine your face, like looking down on him, being like, snuggle.
Yeah, like snuggling into my pillow.
Oh. That is a good ick. That is a good ick.
Good ick. Have you had an ick?
Well, I was going to say things like dirty fingernails, but I don't think they're icks. I think icks are more like yours, aren't they? Where it's like something
someone
so
does
irrational.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah. What's my ick? I can't think of a time. I'm going to try and think of some.
But you'll probably see one this week. Because it doesn't have to be like a fanciable thing. It can be like someone in the street. You know, they're just like a normal person. And then they do something weird and you're like, oh... That was a weird thing you just did. I also hate Asics running trainers with like chinos. You know, which you get in London a lot. People commuting, but I'm like, you should have another pair of shoes because that's not acceptable. You can't come out for a drink in them.
Yeah. I don't really like trainers with suits, like proper running trainers. Like, I don't mind like nice trainers with a nice tailored suit. But like when
like the hardcore
tube,
trainers,
people are like wearing proper running trainers, and then they obviously are carrying their like smart shoes that they'll put on at the office. And then I'm like, they obviously don't want to travel in those smart shoes all day. But I'm like, oh, just put some nicer shoes on.
Yeah,
shoes can give me the ick sometimes.
Shoes, definitely.
What else gives me the ick? I'm trying to think. I will definitely see some. But I can't think of any off the bat.
This is a great one for Fab Lifers. Oh my God, YouTube and Insta, please let us know your icks or like stories from when you've dated someone and they've done something and instantly you're like, nope, ick, I've got the ick. We need to know because there's some hilarious ones. I read an Instagram once and someone was like, I was with a fella and he couldn't parallel park very well and I instantly got the ick.
Oh, do you know what? One of mine is... if like people are scared of crossing the road. I remember we were crossing a road once and he was like, and I'm just like, cross the road. You're like a child. Like it was pathetic to watch. And the same with adults who, I don't think this gives me the ick. It more gives me the fucking sick of it because I am getting annoyed thinking of it. People who can't get on and off escalators smoothly and properly. It's like, they're like, they'll wait and they'll be like, they'll wait for the thing. It's like, just get on it. Get on the escalator. We're all fucking trying to get somewhere. There's a cost of living crisis, guys. Get on the escalator.
It's costing a lot of money for them to run this escalator. Come on now. You're wasting time.
Seriously. Or people who don't walk on a moving walkway. It's a walkway, guys. It's
How much time have you got that you can do that? You know? You've got to have a lot of spare time on your hands to fucking do that. That's insane.
Oh, yeah. But I don't think that's the ick. I don't think that qualifies.
That's just more of a like room 101.
Proper... Yeah.
You need to think about the time someone like, I don't know, like ate the
crisps.
Oh,
do you know what? I think someone blowing the nose, I think that would probably make me feel a bit icky.
Yeah.
I don't really like hearing people blow their nose.
Oh, like hearing it. Sure. I hate like...
in front of me. Like, I wouldn't mind if they were just like, you know, turn away or whatever, but if someone like pulled out a handkerchief, I mean, I'm starting to think maybe you do this, Laura.
Yeah, I'm always
but
blowing
not
the
in
nose.
front of me. You've always got a handkerchief because you've got terrible hay fever, aren't you? But what I mean is like, it just kind of reminds me sometimes of like granddads and where it's like...
Well, I am a grandma.
Gets out a hanky and it's like... But it's where it's like right in front of... I know what you mean. It's like Bruce Forsyth. Like... So I think if I wanted to like blow my nose, I'd probably go to the toilet and try and just do it discreetly. That can be a bit icky for me. But yeah, send in your icks. What gives you the ick?
There's going to be some really good ones. Wait. I love it as well when people break up with someone on the basis of the ick. You know, like they thought they really liked someone and they do one thing and they're like, nope, Gotta go.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see if we've got any. Just going to Google funny icks.
Google the funny icks.
23 things men do that are actually icks. So this is a BuzzFeed article.
Oh, I love it. Go on.
And I think this comes from TikTok. So these are the biggest turn-offs for women. So some notable icks include running to pick up sweets from a piñata. Oh, that would give me the ick. That would give me the absolute ick. Someone's put swimming with goggles.
That's what I mean. It can be so simple, like something like that. Like you meant to swim with goggles.
Standing with his feet pointing outwards. Apparently, that's given someone.
I
the
saw
ick.
a woman
I'm
walking like that the other day, like a penguin, and I was like, it was giving me the ick, but I couldn't look away. And I wanted to tap on the shoulder and be like, you need to stop walking like that because it's really awful.
Oh my god. Chasing a ping pong ball is never okay for anyone. I know what you mean. Yeah. You just walk and get it.
Like desperate.
Walking back after your turn in bowling gives you the ick.
If they do like a wanky
celebration.
celebration.
When he sings the wrong lyrics so confidently and thinks it's right. When he jumbles his words and says, oh, I can't talk today. Oh my God, that's me every time on the podcast.
Wonder why he's still single.
Oh, someone's put... I got the ick when someone tried to push a pull door. Oh, yeah, that is a bit embarrassing where it's like... Oh.
Classic ick. Yeah, that's a really good one.
Oh my God, these are hilarious, some of these.
People are just...
when he's shopping with his mum for new shoes and she makes him walk down the aisle to see how they fit.
No, who are these people that they're dating?
Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. Oh, there's loads. I'm gonna have a look. But I want you all to send in.
Send us your icks. We love to hear
when he
the
gets
icks.
a haircut and they're wearing that little cape. Lol. Oh yeah, there is something really kind of
like childish,
vulnerable about wearing that cape, and you just sat there like, please cut my hair. I'm getting the ick for myself, just imagining myself.
The push and the pull door.
The little cape.
The little cape.
Yeah, okay. Well, send in your icks. We haven't talked at all about holidays, but maybe we'll do that next week because I hear you've booked a holiday.
I've booked one and we've still got time to discuss it. So let's save it for when it's like, I'll be on action stations getting prepped next week. So it's a good time to discuss.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Until then, do leave us a little review on Apple Podcasts if you so desire, or on Spotify. You can also rate on Spotify if you listen to that. Leave us a comment on YouTube if you so desire, or slide into our DMs on Instagram. We always like to hear from you. This has been episode 18 of Fab Life
with Lauren and Lee.